In this module, we're going to look at industry analysis. There are really three different things to consider. One is Michael Porter's 5 forces model, industry life cycles, and strategic group mapping. For Porter's 5 forces model, it's a classic tool to analyze an industry. How attractive is this industry? Let's go through the 5 forces. First, are there substitutes for your product? Now, this isn't rivalry or competition. It means, is there something else that will substitute for the product you sell? For an example, if you're a public utility and you burn coal, if the price of natural gas goes down, can you switch to natural gas? This has happened recently to public utilities. Tires. Is there a substitute for a tire on an automobile or truck? In my view, there is not. You have to have a tire to run your car. Packaging, you could use paper, you could use metal, you could use plastic. Those would be substitutes for each other. Next force is supplier power. Do those people who sell you things have the power to dictate to you price, quality, etc.? You have no control over that. They can force you to take this product at this price, and you can't change that. Or no, can you switch to someone else? So there's this idea of supplier power. Another force is buyer power. Now, buyer power does not really mean that you or I, as an individual consumer, have power. Of course we do. We can choose to buy any product we want. What it really is does a company or organization or group have power over you when they are buying your product? A classic example would be Walmart. Walmart's the biggest retailer in the world. You want to be in their store. They can dictate to you what price you're going to sell that product at and the quality of that product. This is often termed monopsonistic power, that you are a single buyer from many people and that you can wield that power over those sellers. So you as a buyer have power. It's not present in all industries, but it is present in some. The next force in Porter's 5 forces is entry threat. Is it easy to get into your industry? If it is, then it makes it less attractive. So the problem there is threat of entry. Can people jump into your industry and compete with you? And then the last force is really rivalry, competition. How much competition is there among the players? And if there's a lot, then the problem is that's a less attractive industry. Now this, again, remember that Porter's 5 forces model is an industry level tool for analysis. It's looking at the industry, not necessarily looking at individual firms, though we use it to look at individual firms and how they have to respond to the forces within an industry. Second thing we look at is industry life cycles. Well, industries, like products, have life cycles. They're beginning, nascent, they develop, they become mature, and then they can decline or rejuvenate themselves. So as a product has a life cycle, so does an industry. And that industry will have different factions and facets as it goes and grows from being just brand new, nascent, to a mature industry. Its structures can differ, the players differ, competition differs. So where you are in that cycle can be determinative of what your response is to competition. Last thing is what is called strategic group mapping. What you're trying to do is look at all the players in an industry and see if they have similar strategies. In the simulation, Globus, they look at what products you sell and where do you sell them. So you would have a map of what people are doing, of all the teams in the industry, who's selling what and where are they selling it, where's their strongest area, how are they selling it, and to whom. You can map those out and see which companies are following similar strategies, which companies are not. Again, going back to the idea of tires, you have original equipment manufacturers such as Firestone, Bridgestone, Michelin, who sell their tires directly to the manufacturer. They also sell them on the secondary market. And then you only have secondary market sellers such as the group in Fort Smith that just makes tires for the secondary market. So the point is following different strategies, different methods of distribution, who's following what, and then looking at those to determine where could you be or where should you be, who are your competitors in your industry. So you can use those three tools for industry analysis.